This is the Bill Squire Show.
That's right. I got intro music. That's how professional things are on the Bill Squire Show. It's getting so professional up in here. I am your host, Bill Squire, and this is the Bill Squire Show. And I called it Flicks and Bill on the first episode last week. And I had a co-host here, my dog, Whoopsie. But Whoopsie has abandoned me. And I don't like that, Whoopsie, because now you're just going to get down on the ground and start chewing on things that I don't want you to chew on. But this is just an intro, so it's not going to be all that long. But mostly I want to brag about what I've done to make the podcast look cool. I'm doing video on this podcast as well, which you can watch at YouTube, the Bill Squire Show. Just search that, and you can check out what I've set up so far. I got a monitor behind me now, which I did that on Tuesday night. Got real sweaty. Got a bunch of dust in my eye. My eye got all goopy and gross, and I missed work the next day. But it's up, and it's sturdy. And then I also put some of these little displays up so I can put shoes up every week. And I'm pretty excited about that. I think that's a fun little thing I'll be able to do each week. Just swap out different shoes and different combinations of shoes and, just kind of have some fun with it. And I did pretty good. It's not the best. Some things might not be perfectly level or whatever, but it's good enough. It looks good on camera, I think. I got a little light rig that I also put together, which is a couple of like clamp lights, LED lights that I just kind of, put on a pole, and it works. It's working. It looks good. Happy with it. Whew, what a week. Did anything crazy happen? I don't think so. Oh, yeah, everything's falling apart. Everything's falling apart. I got my cute little murder hornet shirt here. I'm like, look at the way things are going. We got murder hornets, and now we're just full on heading towards the end of the country. And it's all very, very upsetting. And I'll probably get into it at some point during this podcast tonight, but that's not what I want to talk about right now. I want to talk about after the world has ended, after this country's gone, and we start doing post-apocalyptic things. What post-apocalyptic world do you want to live in? I like the Mad Max worlds. I like the ones, I don't remember what it was. It was on A&E. There was swords, a lot of swords. I like that. I think that's fun. I think guns in the post-apocalyptic world are boring. Because gunfights, there's a lot of hiding, right? If you're shooting at each other, you're dodging bullets. Like, if you're in the Matrix, you can actually dodge bullets. But if you're in a real gunfight, you're just in cover, and then you're jumping up, and then you can get hit by a stray bullet. It's not as fun. Hand-to-hand combat, I think, is way more interesting to do. I think that's a way cooler way to deal with all the crazy stuff that is post-apocalyptic existence. So put me down for post-apocalyptic existence with no guns and hopefully lots of swords. I think swords will be the best way to handle it. I think sword fighting is just holds up. Sword fighting looks cool. Looks fun. If we could go as far as lightsabers, I'm down with that. But definitely big fan of the sword fight. It just looks cool. Hand-to-hand combat's cool too, like just punching and kicking. Oh, you got a banana? All right. Like I said, super professional on this podcast. Just got my little dog running around being a jerk while I do the intro segment. So I had a good week. I put this all together, and now I also talked with Chad Daniels. And let's check that out right now. Chad is an incredibly funny comic from up in Minnesota, like northern Minnesota, and very, very funny guy, very popular. So check out me and Chad Daniels talking about puppies, because he just got a puppy too. Hey, Chad Daniels, here we are doing a podcast.
Hi, how are you?
I'm doing all right, man. Like I was just telling you, I just put this TV up, and it's one of those things where I'm overly proud of myself because it's one of those things where I continually, like, I know how to do man stuff. I just do it all begrudgingly. So like the level
Sure.
that I have to psych myself up to be able to do something like this is so intense compared to
Yeah.
just because it's not even hard. It was super easy to do, but I just know it takes
Sure.
time. And and like you have to be exact. I got it all level and everything, and I did a pretty good job with it,
Right.
but it still drives me crazy doing it.
Well, it looks great. And I have found that during quarantine that any amount of work is like I'll pick a dandelion. I'll be like, Jesus Christ, time to sit down. I mean,
Right?
I really like any amount of effort is fantastic.
Yeah. And then I mean, I got this condo about 6 months ago. I know you just got a cabin, so you've been spending a lot of time up there working on that.
Yeah.
And they've been nice distractions, especially for two people that generally don't spend a lot of time at home.
Right. Exactly. Yep. Yeah. It's been really fun to, I mean, you know, you don't want to be like, quarantine's been amazing, but I feel like I'm built for it. I'm super lazy. Um, and I just like being around my kids. So
Mhm.
we've been at the cabin. We've been, you know, paddle boarding, getting outside. I mean, it's like automatic social distancing because no one's around. So it's been really perfect. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm kind of in that same camp where I miss aspects of the past life, but the idea that all
Sure.
I can do is go and do the radio show and then come home and play with my dog has been kind of
Right.
magical. Like it's been real, especially because my dog's a puppy and she needs all that time. So she's with my girlfriend pretty much all day, and then I get home and I take over
Okay.
dog duties, and she's the most spoiled dog because of it.
Yeah. I also, as you know, just got a puppy. Same breed, but I'm up one size,
Yeah,
right?
yeah. I
She,
believe you're up one size. You got the mini, I got the petite, and then this is the dog to have right now because I think Ken Jeong has a golden doodle, and like there's like 19 celebrities. Not that I'm a celebrity or you think of yourself that way, but like I just see so many people with this dog right now, and all the
right.
and the one common thing is the dog people that are like, how dare you buy the dog you want?
Right. Why wouldn't you rescue a dog that has one eye and two legs?
Mm-hmm. That's gonna shit all
I
over
mean,
your
for
house.
right. I mean, there's a reason. Well, we don't have to get into that. All I'm saying is, uh, I went to this dog site and I was searching for these golden doodles, and it said we still have one puppy from a former litter because now once the new litters come, everybody's trying to get new puppies.
Right.
And I was like, I'm gonna take that old one. I'll take
Yeah.
that old guy right there. And he has been fantastic. Now my sister's here right now at the cabin. I'm at my house in town because I had to get out. I had to get away. She has an 8-year-old and two 6-year-old twins, and I love them to death. But right when I get my dog's name is Poe, and right when I get Poe settled down, the kids will come over and like the boys will put their nutsacks in his face and be like, boo. And then they're surprised that he bites them.
Right. And I listened to your podcast, so I'm pretty familiar with these twins and, the Wiener High
Right.
Five and all the stuff. You listen to
Yep.
middle of somewhere and
Yep.
check out the story. Start from the beginning because it's evergreen material. So it's very, very funny podcast. But the stories that you tell about your nephews is very similar to I have a bunch of nephews, but I have two that are around the same, like the age 7 and 9, and we went to
Okay.
Vegas, and the one-upsmanship between these two where they just had to be the most annoying. One of them would do something and the other would be like, well, I don't want to do that, I want to do this, and like they just go back and forth constantly, and everybody it just puts like the whole day on pause because these two little shits wouldn't stop fighting.
I've been calling I've been calling my niece and nephews 666, and my sister thought it was because it was like a devil thing, but I'm saying it's 66.6%
Mhm.
is the maximum amount of them that are in a good mood at once. There's always one of them that's fucking on tilt, getting crazy, causing trouble. So having a dog out there, I mean, my dog is biting the shit out of these kids. And after day 2, I was like, I'm done. I mean, they're wagging their finger in front of his face and doing all sorts of. So yeah, that's what's
Like,
going to
like
happen.
what do you expect? And you know, that's what you get in the latest episode of your podcast. You talk about them being free spirits, and that's what you get. Free
Right,
spirits get a
exactly.
bit more than someone that's a little more reserved.
Yes,
And
exactly.
that goes,
Have you ever
that's a
met
lot.
Have you ever met someone that's a free spirit and had any fun with them? I mean, they're just lunatics.
They're fun if you are in that mood. If you're drunk and you
True.
run into somebody that's like a free spirit, you can get a great story out of a free spirit. But a free spirit is not
Yep.
someone you want to have in your life on a daily basis.
Yeah, I feel like a free spirit adult is someone that goes, "Hey, do you have your passport?" And then all hell breaks loose.
Right. That's yeah. Which I don't. I lost my passport, so I can't go anywhere. So I'd be like, no, I don't. Nice to meet you. Have a good day.
Well, you can't go anywhere anyways. There's a travel ban everywhere.
Oh yeah, that's true too. So that's actually pretty
It's
nice.
a great time to lose your passport.
Yeah. I have a way of doing things the right way in the wrong way.
What have you found is the most frustrating thing about your puppy?
She does not understand pee pads. So pretty good about taking her out.
Sure.
She goes out. And then 2 out of 3 times she will pee on the pee pad. I also got one of those little fake grass pads. And then sometimes she'll just piss everywhere. The other day she pissed on my girlfriend, which I was upset about, but also was hilarious because my girlfriend was so mad. She was on the couch and she just started fucking geysering. Like, it's one of those things where I think she was just so comfortable that she wasn't aware of how bad she had to go pee. And then when she got up to make it off the couch, she just sprayed the couch and my girlfriend and like the puppy steps and everything. And my girlfriend's freaking out. And I just have to do one of those, I'm going to leave the room because I can't stop laughing at how happy I am that this happened. But you know, I get it. You should be mad. I would be mad if it happened to me, but because it didn't happen to me, it's kind of my favorite moment of the week.
Oh, I love that so much.
Yeah. What about yours?
I think for me, it's the biting.
The biting.
It's, you know, it's
mine bites too. And yeah, she's a puppy and she's gotten like mine's teeth all just kind of fell out, like all the baby teeth. So she's getting a little better about the biting. Okay. But it's still, the biting's tough.
I mean, and then I watch videos about it, and there are these old school men that have camouflage on. They're like, well, you grab them by the ear until they chirp like a bird, and then they know to not. And it's like, well, I'm not going to fucking hurt my dog. I'm not going to pinch my dog's ear to get him to stop biting. But then there's other people that are like, you know, the woke generation where it's like, give him a treat, and if he bites, it's just his nature. And it's like, I also don't like that. I need something right in the middle.
So yeah, what I have done is I will grab, but I don't go for the chirp. I just kind of let the dog know that I'm in control. And then one thing that I also did when the puppy was younger was I would kind of let her gnaw on like my forearm a little bit. And then when she got too much pressure, that's when I'd pull away and say no. So with me, so with me, she knows how hard she can bite me, where I'm just like it's just like a teething thing. But once she goes too hard, and she'll test it from time to time, but she hasn't for a while. But she'll just straight up bite my girlfriend. You know what? I have a little bit of that too, where my dog will come and take like the pad of my thumb. Mm-hmm. And he'll bite it a little bit and then kind of look at me and be like, oh, this is the fucking guy that has the food. So he doesn't bite me. But my nephews and my niece, I mean, he is attack mode. And I think it's because they're smaller and he probably thinks he's trying to like jump that pack. You know, they talk about the alpha male and trying to jump the pack and get closer to the alpha male. I mean, who knows? I think that could definitely be a thing. And I think it's also just how they treat him. So if they're rambunctious, like if they're matching that puppy energy and that puppy like silliness, then Poe's probably like, oh, these are like, there's a sense that these are also young, young people or young, you know, so he feels like he's on the same level as them. So yeah, like you said, let's show him who's boss. And they also sound
I think so too. They're not actually assholes. They're like, it was interesting because last night Have you ever played Shut the Box? Do you know what that is?
No.
It's a dice game where, some boxes have 9 numbers, some boxes have all 12, but you shake 2 dice, and whatever number you get, you put that number down, and you try to put all the numbers down. So I have a 4-way box of that, and I was playing with my niece and nephews, and everything was going great. They were like, "Oh my God, Unc, we're so glad we're here. We never want to leave. This is the most amazing time." And then this morning, I couldn't play with them right away, and they were like, "We want to go home. This sucks." I'm like, "You fucking little Sybils need to go outside and build a sandcastle because I can't deal with it." It's like
Mhm.
it's the wavering back and forth when I think they're in a good mood, and all of a sudden then they're not. Oh man! Plus
It,
this dog biting them, and everybody looking at me like I'm supposed to choke the dog. No chance.
right. And that's one of the things with the kids that age where their attention spans are so short and they don't know what to
Right.
do. So, especially like when they go to a cabin, if you don't have activities lined up, like you have to be like a camp counselor basically to keep
Right.
them from being so goddamn annoying because they can't think of something to do. They haven't done anything yet,
Yeah.
so they can't just be like, "Well, let's build a sandcastle, or let's go swimming, or let's play tag or something,"
Right.
because there's no one to lead them to do that stuff. So if you like want to give them something to do, then you go, even if it's just like go dig a hole, do something.
Yeah. Well, today somebody was talking about Child's Play, Chucky the doll,
Uh,
and I said, "I'm Chucky. Wanna play?" And they ran out into the woods, and so then I just every time they'd come close to the cabin, I'd bang on the door from the inside, and they'd run back into the woods. It was awesome.
that's a great game. Yeah, that's what
Yeah,
that's
it was
like.
fantastic.
Go find the stick, and they're like,
Yep.
"What stick?" You'll know when you find it. And they bring you 100 sticks throughout the day, and you keep saying, "No, that's not the one."
Oh man, speaking of go find the stick, I was playing fetch with Poe, and then Poe wouldn't go get the ball. So then I asked one of the twins to go get the ball, and he went to get it. And I was like, started playing fetch with him. It was pretty gross. I think probably my sister was like, "Oh, cool, you fucking turned my kid into a dog. Neat."
I mean, if he could learn to catch, then he could just throw it back. He's a free spirit, but he's got to learn some skills. Uh,
Absolutely right.
so what are you? I mean, I know right now you can't really go back and schedule anything because we still don't know when anything's happening. But
Sure.
you you're one of the best comics out there working. You're very funny. You do a great podcast with Siam and Son that is really, really funny. And it's one of those things where I look forward to Mondays because of it. And
Oh, cool.
also,
Thanks, man.
it's been real fun to because I know you pretty well, but I don't know Cy at all. And getting in like I
Sure.
was aware of Cy, but I had no idea that Cy was a crazy person, and he is, and he's great.
Right.
And I love it.
Yeah. Yeah, he is crazy. There's no doubt about that. It's been a fun time. The podcast started because he and I used to get on the phone together and we just chat about our weeks and laugh about it. And then
Mhm.
we were like, "Oh, let's just record one, see how it goes." So we did, and now we're just over a year into it, and it's been a good time.
Yeah, you guys you're killing it, and I'm pretty happy for you to have that, and especially for Sai, who is kind of been sidelined by his body not being able
Yep.
to uh, do anything, stand up wise, which is a bummer
Right.
because he's so good at it, and so it's good for him to have that outlet. Thanks for being on here with me, man. I really appreciate it, and hopefully we can do this again another time.
Absolutely. I appreciate you having me on, and thanks for sharing your puppy videos. Like that one where she dove into a box was
Oh my
incredible.
god, that's one of the things I do to wear her out. So like, right, I'm gonna after this, because it's 85 degrees out and it's humid as all hell. I don't want to take her for a
Sure.
walk, so I set up a Swiffer and I put a blanket over it, and then I make her jump over it 15 or 20 times to wear her out so that she can actually sleep through the night rather than uh, start barking at like 2 or 3 a.m.
Oh, it's fantastic.
Yeah. And she's getting good at it too. Like she can jump, she's got to the point where like she's not just like making up, like she's floating over it, like no problem. It's great.
You could do like America's Got Talent, start with stand up, and then it breaks into a dog show, and you'd win for sure.
Yeah. I'm gonna have to cut off one of my thumbs or something though.
That's awesome.
All right, man. Well, thank you so much. And check out Chad Daniels and his podcast. And thanks, guys. Bye.
Good talking to you.
Thanks, man. God damn, I love Chad Daniels. He's so fucking funny. Makes me very happy to have him on my podcast. And check out his podcast, The Middle of Somewhere. It's very, very funny as well. Start from the beginning, because then you'll get all the inside jokes. It goes in order, so it all builds up. So check out that podcast on Apple Podcasts. Let's talk about Apple Podcasts real quick. This is on, it's on YouTube and stuff like that. Thumbs up and 5-star ratings mean the world to new podcasts. So if you're on YouTube and you're watching this, throw me a thumbs up. If you're listening on Apple Podcasts, throw me a 5-star rating. That shit helps. It really does. It really does. It gets it into the algorithm and shows it to other people, and then maybe they jump on board. Also, it just looks good. It looks good to my bosses. They're like, oh, look at Bill. He's getting plays and good engagement, so that's nice. So now we're going to talk with my buddy, John Bruton. John and I did a 5-part series talking about The Last Dance on my Flicks and Bill podcast, which I'm still going to do. It's just going to be a monthly thing from now on. And but I just like talking with John. He's one of my best friends. So here's me and John Bruton just shooting the shit for right now.
This year's been so weird. This is my first beer since March. Like early March, too.
Like first alcohol or just beer?
No, I have a bottle of Jameson at home.
Okay.
That I've been messing with, but this is my first beer since March.
Wow.
March 8th. I had a beer at a club in Greensboro, North Carolina.
What was your last show before quarantine started?
Greensboro, North Carolina. I think the 8th. Did we have a show on the 9th of March? No, we didn't.
No, because there was like a whole another week before. Like mine was the 15th at Hilarities. They had to do like the 100-person seating or 50 people or whatever it was. And then that night at 9 o'clock, everything got shut down.
The tour was supposed to go to San Francisco, and it got canceled.
So, man, you got fucked real hard out of a lot of dates, man.
I don't know. I don't want to think about it.
Yeah, that's tough to think about.
He wanted to come. He don't want to come back either. We talked about this early. We don't want to really jump back in until August. But we've seen a lot of dates opening up now because they had him on the schedule for.
And tell everybody who you're talking about.
Sorry, Ali Sadiq. He was supposed to be in Indiana this weekend, and next weekend Dayton.
Yeah.
And he like, man, nah.
Yeah, no.
But he's taping his special Sunday.
Oh, really?
He's gonna tape at the Houston Improv. It's already sold out the first show. Second show probably gonna sell out too.
But like how, and they can
no opener, by the way, which is hilarious.
Well, at most tapings, I feel like there's not an opener, but maybe sometimes there are. I don't know.
Not just for the whole show though.
Yeah.
Room.
But I didn't know they were like places were open. Like, do they have to keep a distance, or are they like? But he's still going to do that.
Yeah, he's gonna because it's sold out easier.
Yeah.
To get a sellout because it's a third of the products. Yeah.
Right.
Same with Hilarities. They're gonna be a third of
the room. Yeah.
What they were
capacity.
So they got to do.
Maybe I'll sell at Hilarities now. Maybe I'll finally sell out Hilarities.
You can. I mean, when they come back, I'm pretty sure it won't be impossible.
People, I can do it.
Yeah, it's they're gonna come back strong when they can. I think they're coming back June 8th. 16th, no 18th. They're coming back.
That's the weekend. I'm at Funny Stop that weekend.
Yeah,
I can definitely sell that shit out. And that's like 25 people.
Oh, it's only host 20?
I don't know.
Oh.
I don't know. I'm just joking, but that's the one that's how Funny Stop out anyway. So like,
yeah, because I think the first day back they had, I heard they had 20 people. From Lawrence and Milton Wiley went down there.
Yeah.
And they told me that they had sold about 20. It wasn't them, but the club had about 20 people there. So that was a good start. People aren't so crazy that they can't go, but
yeah. I mean, it's one of those things where there's gonna be a resurgence, and it sucks. And then, but no one's gonna get locked down again. No one's gonna go back to that. Not like that. So, what it is, it's we just gotta be cautious. One thing that I've been doing a lot of this week is HBO Max came out, and so I've just been binge watching Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, and goddamn, I love that show. I haven't watched it in so long, but it used to be like part of my routine after school.
Yeah.
I'd watch Fresh Prince because it'd be on like 5. I think they usually do like 2 episodes or 1 episode. I can't remember, but it was on at like
TBS.
5. And it was on TBS, but I'm talking like back when it was on like
NBC?
Channel 8.
okay.
Like the reruns.
Yeah. Because I was, I think you sent me a meme where it was like talking about how Carlton was a real stand-up dude and had missed one. He had missed the one when Will and him were having an argument about when Will told him he couldn't survive in the hood. And then he took him to the hood, and then like after like a couple hours, he was dressed different, but Will's friends were listening to Carlton for advice. Yeah, and I'm like, yeah, he was. I said my only problem with him was he was a young Republican with a Democratic judge for a dad. Like that was a dick move. But other than that,
right,
Carlton was cool. Like, but he played the same character in the house with LL Cool J.
Yeah,
I don't know if you watched that show, but
I didn't watch that one. But
you didn't miss much. It was the same type of watered down version, rapper and straight guy.
Yeah.
And it was.
But, I mean, just like the silly things that they do. And like once in a while, they'll like call on Carlton to do some of his physical comedy. Mm-hmm. Him and Will, their physical comedy on that show is fucking fantastic.
It
and like
that
first episode where he's putting the poster up and he's just dancing around and like just randomly putting staples in the poster. It's one of those things where I remember watching that as a kid and just dying and then trying to recreate the dance and doing like the whole thing. But even in that first episode, right off the bat, they set a tone for that show where they had the silliness and stuff like that, but they also had the important things where not Dr. Phil, Uncle Phil gives him, he's like talking about Malcolm X. Like, I saw the man speak, and he, like, Will's just blown away by it, and it just sets up a great dynamic between them.
It was like it was a Cosby show with hip hop.
Yeah.
To me, because it had the same. It would attack issues that really happened, but with Will, I think they attacked issues a little harder than Cosby did.
Yeah. Like
Cosby had the drug episode where he found a joint, and the daughter went to a concert and got drunk, and they all played a fake drinking game. Mm-hmm. But Will had the police the police pulling him over driving too slow.
That's all like first season.
Yeah, gambling addiction.
Right up off the bat. Yeah.
Carlton had a gambling addiction a little bit.
Yeah.
Losing virginity, and how Will he could have had sex with one girl, and he didn't. Mm-hmm. And then Carlton had sex with a girl for the first time and ended up getting married. And she told she was pregnant and didn't have sex. Like, there was so many wild things that happened.
Yeah.
That the show attacked way more issues that were happening to people my age.
Well, I'm still German too. I can't wait to lose my accent.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And even as I saw you noticing me, I was want you notice. I noticed you. I put you on notice. Like that whole. He was a corny, funny dude, and it worked. Like it was the answer to all the hard shit too. Like a lot of hip hop was really too hard.
Yeah.
And Will Smith was still hip hop, still Dwayne Wade type, but he was cooler.
Yeah. We got an Amber Alert.
Sheesh. I cut my sound off. How does that happen?
Because it's an Amber Alert.
I see.
What we get?
Oh, it's the
the
curfew.
Curfew is in effect.
All right.
Yeah,
I'm sorry about that. I thought my phone was on silent.
I thought my phone was on silent, but I got it too. So yeah. Go home, everybody. Stay home.
Yeah.
Why do they have a curfew? What's going on?
Yeah.
Is something going on?
I seen a cop car was kind of hot today. Mm-hmm. 2 of them.
Well, sometimes they leave them running.
Yeah.
And that happens.
It's a weird situation because I was wondering. Let's go right to it now.
All right. Yeah.
We had a
anyway.
We had a protest today downtown in Cleveland, and I don't know who organized it, because the black voices I follow weren't the first ones to say to go downtown and meet this day.
Right.
So I'm wondering who said let's go downtown on a Saturday, which means if you get arrested, you're staying there for a whole day, and you get out Monday. Because they're talking about, get your bail money. Bail money goes to the city. Why are we going to pay the city that we're mad at?
Yeah.
Fuck them. Don't go give them bail money. Don't give them any money. Like, that's not how this works. They're fine. The systems can handle people screaming.
Right.
So it's like, man, if y'all ain't going to break some shit, I don't want to be involved. Because
well, Mary went down. I didn't go down. I saw some other people that I worked with down there. I saw other friends of ours that were down there. And it was peaceful. And then it seems like once the cops got, like, there's
military
style. They started throwing out the tear gas and shit like that, and just trying to disperse the crowd. And I just don't even know when.
I heard one person say that they didn't even have a disperse warning.
Yeah,
like it wasn't like everybody clear out. It's just like they came out with and then one cop. I seen a video where a cop was just coming out he was with the rubber bullet gun.
Yeah,
and he was aiming at citizens while he's walking. To when they're all doing their lineup. I'll show you the video actually.
God damn.
It's because I'm not leaving the house. I got too much to lose. I can't.
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
Even leaving the house now, it was a little different for me.
Well, I appreciate you coming over.
Oh no, I was happy to get out the house, dude. You understand? I've been on lockdown myself.
Yeah.
This
There,
is
if
it.
you
I'm
if you
sorry.
you
Send it to
can
you?
send it to me,
I'm sorry.
like airdrop it to my computer, and we can play it from there.
I'll send you a DM because it wasn't my file. It was a DM sent to me.
All right.
Just a
Send
DM.
it to me, and I'll send it to, and then we can play it on the.
Yeah, because it's when you see them come out.
Okay.
And I seen another video where I'm not mad at our ambitious white counterparts who are on the right side of the fight, but they're fighting the wrong way. Riding pigs on the Justice Center.
Yeah, but I don't think that was. I think that was like what I understand. That was somebody trying to
incite.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm saying like that's not our thing.
Yeah.
Like this image that black people love, graffiti or whatever the fuck it's supposed to be.
Right.
That's not a thing. So it's like that whole spray paint shit has never been ours. So it's kind of, it hurts to see these images because like, man, we didn't do that and we're going to get blamed for it. But here's the video where they're coming out and it's like just seeing them come out like this.
Mm-hmm.
And like you'll see, I'll let you know, and the guy pulls, he's pointing the gun at citizens. Like, what? You don't have to have it up yet.
Yeah. All right. So here's the video. So.
That one.
Yeah. And
Why?
none of the other cops are doing it.
Why?
He's trying to incite someone. He's trying to antagonize someone there.
You run, you get popped. See? There's no point for that. So
They could probably figure out who did that pigs though, because that was pretty
there's cameras all over that place.
artistic.
Hilarious.
And so they you could be like, oh, I know whose style this is.
But also, it's cameras everywhere.
Yeah.
You don't have a police station or a city hall that doesn't have cameras in every corner to see every angle of the building and every exit.
Right.
That's the point of the building being a safe haven. The spray painting is going to be a problem for anybody who got caught because that's not a part of protesting. Like, the looting isn't a part of protesting. I'm not against looting, by the way. I'm against people criticizing it because, like, I don't care how they act. If they're mad, let them react how they want to react. Mm-hmm. There's no more rules. Like, the system we're supposed to follow.
But it's weird to see the people that go, well, looting, it's not the right way to do it. But then you like, but someone's murdered.
So
why are you so mad about a TV when someone was murdered?
Hey man,
and you can watch it. It's not. Oh, I don't know what happened. You can watch it happen.
I've seen a couple people say things, and I told them
about a TV.
I told them for every white person that thinks that this is wrong, I say, man, this is our way of telling you stay in the neighborhoods you shot us in. You want to keep that neighborhood to yourself, stay in that motherfucker then. Don't come out then. Don't come over in this other side of the hood. Don't come anywhere. Stay in the neighborhood you was going to kill somebody to protect. Then stay there to protect it. Like you read about Target. Hey, there's no Target in your neighborhood. Leave it alone. Let them eat. Because you try and stop it, you're going to get in the way. So it's best to just stay out of it because you're trying to criticize a mob. You can't do that. And to say that this has not ever happened before, it's like, well, church has been bombed before.
Right.
We've had cities get blown up. We've had cities get wiped out. Like there's a city in Florida called Rosewood. And it was a black city. They were trying to thrive. City got wiped out in a good 3 nights.
That's not the only time that happened.
That's not the only time, no.
But like the Black Wall Street in
Tulsa.
Oklahoma.
Tulsa, Oklahoma that was probably the day. They bombed, and that was airplane bomb. Like they bombed, they got rid of it.
Literally bombed and flattened that part of the city.
Rosewood was wiped out so bad, the last house standing is a landmark. Damn. That's how bad it is. So it's like when people say these things about looting, it's like, bruh, don't do that shit with a nigga who know history.
Yeah, right.
Like, I know that this shit is not overnight, but I'm okay with it. I'm actually encouraging it. Like, change the system. Make them react. Because if you try to react to somebody the way they want you to. Don't just
charge him with 3rd-degree murder. Charge him with 1st degree.
It's manslaughter. It's like, if I choke you out, it's bare hands. Mm-hmm. He put his full weight on a dude's neck.
Well, on a dude that was already in
apprehended.
Restraints. Yeah.
So it's like that treatment, everybody's acting like, oh, man. Like then the videos that are more inciting are when you see white men trying to say that is not what killed him. Like, look at me, as a knee on my back, I'm not dying. It's like, what the fuck are you trying to prove? Like, this
Put
is
a
bad
knee
as
on your neck for 9 minutes.
My thing is like, let me try it.
Yeah.
Like, you got your friend putting his neck to stop you from moving, but your head's propped up properly, so you won't get choked out. But
Right.
it's all like, man, I'm tired of it. I mean, it's been happening too many times.
I'm with you, man. And
We repeating slogans, bro. Like, we
Yeah.
repeating. I am what?
Reusing hashtags.
Yeah, I Can't Breathe was done 6 years ago,
yeah.
6, 7 years ago, I think.
Now
at this
it's
point.
back. Yeah, that's
That, and he wasn't even selling cigarettes, by the way. He wasn't. People said, "Oh, he was selling." It's not even a crime. I mean, it's not enough to. It's a ticket.
it's a ticket. It's a fucking ticket. And this dude was what, a fake $20 bill or something accused of.
They say that, but even
Yeah.
then, like he's Stephen Jackson from the Pacers and Pistons, not from the Brawl.
Yeah.
from the Pacers. Yeah, he played for the Pacers. He was one of his best friends, one of his close friends.
Yeah,
They
so
really
I-
knew each other. They look alike, but they really know each other.
Mm-hmm.
From the same, they're from Houston. He was living in Minnesota, just trying to get his life back together. And then people start arguing about somebody said the cop and the guy worked together. And it's like, that doesn't matter. That changes nothing.
Mm-hmm.
It was premeditated. Just because you know somebody is still enough to trigger him. Like, he wasn't by himself.
He's still dead.
Yeah, it was broad
And
daylight.
there's
It's
other
a
cops
crime.
there that didn't stop him. It's
Yeah,
a crime.
And I seen another
It's murder.
video where a guy was just walking down the street, yellow hoodie, hands up. I mean, hands out, but nothing in his hands. One cop grabs his wrist. The other cop pulls his legs, and the cop lets his wrist go. He falls. Then they get on top of him. But for what? Like, the way they restrain us is different. Like, it is what it is. It's tiring because this doesn't change. It's like people trying to regulate how we react. It's like, I'm like, burn this bitch down. At this point, why not?
No, and I was going crazy on Thursday night on these people on Facebook, and they were like, "Oh, this isn't the way to do it." Blah blah blah. I'm like, "Yeah, but you're also the same person that gets mad when they kneel during the national anthem. Anything that is that they're doing, you're upset about. So stop acting like you're upset about a target getting burned down when you're
Burn all that shit
and
down.
you're not even upset about a man that was murdered."
My idea now is for every police station that lets us down, burn that bitch. Fuck it. Like, for every cop that is whatever, like, if that shit don't go right, let them have a little fear too. Like, we've been called the boogeyman for so fucking long, might as well be one. Does that make sense?
Yeah, I get it.
Like,
I
if
get it,
you're supposed to be scared of me, fuck it, be scared of me.
Yeah,
I'll
it's
make
like
sure.
John Wick. I'm pretty sure I'm fucking back.
I mean, I feel it.
Yeah.
I'm doing things differently. I'm moving differently than I used to. It's cause, I mean, it's survival mode. Just getting home tonight gonna be a process for me.
Yeah.
Just to think about which route to take. Should I take the freeway?
Right.
Should I take the streets? How fast I get to the freeway
Right. Yeah.
without speeding?
Yeah.
And if my license get pulled,
And that's the stuff that you have to worry about. It's not like today's the first time you've had to worry about that either.
Oh, no, it's just like when I get pulled over, I know I get different questions. I get questions like, "Are there any weapons in the car?" And then it goes from there.
Right.
Then they say license and registration.
Oh, the example I use of my white privilege is I was driving home from a gig in Michigan, and I got a flat tire in the middle of it's 3 or 4 a.m. And I had smoked hash earlier that night. So it had pretty much worn off by then, but it was still not all the way worn off.
Yeah.
And it was snowing, it was snowing and raining, and I'm out there trying to change this tire, and I'm having a hell of a time doing it because it's all gross and cold and shit like that. And this trooper pulls over and just does it for me. Doesn't even question me or anything like that. He's just like, "Where were you?" I'm like, "I'm a comedian. I'm driving home, and I'm just trying to get, I got an hour and a half to go." And he's like, "Okay," and he just helps me do it and sends me on my way.
I got saved by a black cop one time. It was a woman, and I fell asleep at the wheel, going 75. I saw the lights since I woke up.
Yeah.
I was running out of gas too. My gas light came on. I told her "Oh man, I was asleep.
Yeah.
I just had a show in Toledo. I got to drive back home. I had all my.
I think I remember this.
Yeah, I had all my
Merch or
my merch, my school. I was coaching. I had a game at 9 a.m. so I had to drive back for the game. I told I was a coach. I was driving back. "I'm so sorry," and she said, "Let's go." We went reverse to the exit. She took me to the gas station, and she gave me the ticket, and I respected the ticket. I was speeding, I did violate, but she did help me get gas.
Get gas, yeah.
Now I know if it was a white cop, it would have been my problem. I just know that.
Yeah.
Because I don't even know what county that is, like Maumee County, whatever the fuck Toledo.
Yeah.
Between Toledo and Cleveland, before Sandusky.
But that's good for her. That's
I was so happy. I'm like, but I always heard about. My dad always told me about.
Because your dad was a police officer too.
Yeah, Lorraine. He said if you ever see a woman cop, she's probably the best on the force because she has to know how to do her job. Black women, they have to know. They can't fuck up. They have no.
Well, there was the black woman, the black officer that she was. One of the murders that happened, she spoke out against it.
Oh yeah.
And then they came after her. And, I can't remember her name, but she was very outspoken about it. Yeah, Cleveland cop.
Yeah, I mean, there are good ones, but it's not enough that nobody's doing enough.
Right.
It's like they're not bad people. That's pretty much all we can say about people. They're not good people because good you would do more, but they're not bad. It's just they're not a bad cop. But a good cop would stop this shit.
Yeah. Yeah, one of those 4 cops was a good cop. They would have stopped what was happening right there.
They would have been scared. Like if it was a good cop there, those 4 would have been like, yeah, let's not even fuck around in front of him.
Yeah.
But the guy, because the picture of the guy standing there, there's now, and the internet is so weird because it's all anger. It's just a room full of people screaming, and there's no voices to like organize this shit. There's no representative of each group.
Right.
And people pass information horribly. Like,
and without vetting or anything too.
Oh, there's no looting because nobody's ever looted before. It's like, well, are you serious? Thanksgiving is the celebration of looting, my nigga. Like you don't discover the middle of a fucking country. The top had people, the bottom had people. We just had to say, okay, this is our shit. Yeah. France already was here with Canada. Yeah. So it's not like we discovered shit. It was a war. We just don't call it a war because they lost completely. They got a tribute though.
We like to punch up our things and call it things like manifest destiny rather than a war.
Patriotism is for the winners. Because if you start saying, oh man, we ain't really fucking with this, that, and the other. Yeah. Go back to where Malcolm X said, give us the fucking money then, my nigga. Like, give me the money. I will go back. And people are like, why is there a Malcolm X Day? There is, but you don't get day off. Because his whole thing was not violence. It was if they hit you, hit them back. Right. Is it? If they hit you, knock their ass out. It's a fight now.
So to take this from a very serious thing into a more
ridiculous
thing.
We can do that.
What is your ideal post-apocalyptic situation? Like if this gets like Mad Max or I Am Legend, you just want to be by yourself with a dog?
I'm not going to be by myself with a dog. I'll be a woman and a baby. So, yeah, I'm cool with I Am Legend. We got enough books. We both intelligent. So
you like the isolation thing?
Okay. Yeah, we cool with isolation.
And see, I want it to be more raucous than that. I want it to be more like I talked about this a little bit earlier, but I'm more of the Mad Max. But I don't like post-apocalyptic situations with guns.
I would say you're not a gun person.
No, because guns also like it's a boring weapon to use compared to like swords or like hand-to-hand combat. That's just more interesting. But guns, you're hiding half the time. You're ducking behind things. It's half hide and seek with guns, but with like swords and stuff like that, you're squaring up and you have to, put it on the line.
Swords aren't bad. I like swords.
Swords are good. Clubs, just any like, just straight up hand to hand, like
I get it, but I don't want to be that close to anybody because we still got the whole point of like me and my friend was talking about this during all of this shit. Still COVID, my nigga. Like
I know, right?
It's like all this go outside and protest. I'm like, please have masks on. People out there, they just forgot. And it's like, man, this is the worst time because you heard about the Republican that has COVID and he was around the Democrats.
Oh no,
Pittsburgh is affected, might be infected, and he's gave a kidney up. It's a dude who has somebody send it to me. He was literally cussing. And real politicians don't talk like that. Yeah, real politicians still stay political. They still represent their states the best way possible. He said this shit is crazy. Gerrymandering administration. He was mad. Like.
Good for him.
Good mad too. Like you don't even feel bad. You're like, look at him cussing. Like it was like the cuss of anger, not like a tough guy or ignorant.
Yeah. You're like, I'm mad as hell. I'm not gonna take it anymore. Kind of cussing.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And there's a Republican who was infected who was just all up and down in the House, in the Senate, just there.
Oh voting. I did actually see that. I know what you're talking about there.
I'm trying to see if you can send it to me.
Yeah. People, you can Google it. You'll know who he's talking about. That was a few weeks ago.
Oh, it was?
I feel like it was.
Okay, we just saw it yesterday. But either way, it was just wild because like, man, it's so many things happening right now, and this year it ain't even 6 months yet, man.
I know it will.
What the fuck July
So
gonna be
close,
like?
dude.
What's
Right.
halftime gonna be like?
And 4th of July is getting canceled, and all
Guns
the
still
MAGA
going
people are
on.
going to be mad about that. Like, I need to see fireworks to
Fireworks
know
still
that
going.
I'm American.
I've recently purchased a few firearms, and I've trained her how to use them. Like
That's
I showed
good.
her how to use them last night. She don't, every girl's like, I don't like guns, or they like show it to me. Either way,
But you got to it's just good to know. It's
yeah,
good skill to know.
it's not.
Clear the chamber.
Yeah, I showed her that. I said it's not what you think. It's not that heavy, but it ain't that easy to pull back the hammer either. You see movies, it's just that, and
No, it's good to actually feel the weight of it and know what you're doing.
without it being loaded too. I
shoot
showed
it,
the difference. I put the two clip. One clip is empty, one the other. I'm like, see, now you see the difference in weight. So movies are bullshit.
Yeah,
I mean, they're fun, but it's like
it's
they
very
can't.
bullshit.
It's not
Well, that's
fun
like-
to watch.
But that's like the whole idea that if there's these people that are like gun crazy and they like to train like they're gonna be in some
that's
situation, but you don't really use guns like they do in movies at all.
No, and you just need one clip. You don't need to have a bunch of bullets to say if you can't hit something in 6 shots, you deserve it. I mean, I'm whatever.
As I was saying too,
but
like
it's
a real shootout too is even more high
no.
in
Yeah, you're not really. It's more like the sound makes things stop.
yeah.
That's all it really is. The click click or whatever.
Yeah, that's a scary sound. Heard a couple in the Philippines. It was
Oh, I've heard it at a not a meeting, but we just boys sitting down talking, and we heard it, and I'm like, man, I don't know what's about to happen, but I'm about to leave.
yeah. Yeah. All right. Well, I want to show you this video. This is a
Yes.
little lighthearted thing to end on here, but it's
We're safe, man. It's okay. Life is gonna be normal
life
again.
is one day it will be. I'm gonna go picture.
I like the
picture.
setup a lot. I really like this studio.
Thanks, man. I worked really hard on it.
I like the Jordans too. The whole display is good.
I'm working. Yeah, I'm trying to get nice and.
You know it's good when you got a TV you can just waste on a display TV.
Yeah, well, TVs are goddamn cheap, I mean, especially
Yeah,
when
they
you
are.
loot them.
I was
looted TV,
mad.
right?
Something I seen a dude carrying a Graco thing, them little crib things. I'm like, damn, if only I would have been at Target, I could have saved $80. Could have saved myself $86 fucking dollars.
All right, this is just a Snapchat that went viral that just made me laugh my ass off when I watched it.
At it right now. Oh my God. Get the fuck away from me. Oh, he gone. He leaving. He's leaving her. Oh my gosh. Fuck you. Oh. Damn.
You watched the breakup?
Damn. Oh. He love her though. He love her. Look. Come back, bro. You gotta come back. Ah, this nigga.
So if you're just listening, it's this couple and they're breaking up, and as they're breaking up, this dude's filming it and just giving commentary.
Oh my God.
And he's doing the thing where he's looking back at her as he walks around the corner, and that's when he's like, "Oh, he loved her though." And then she turns around to look at him, and as she turns around, he sees that she's turned around, and he just drops down so that she doesn't see. Oh god damn, it's so funny.
That's perfect to see
It's so
that.
perfect. I'm gonna watch it again.
That's why I like the internet sometimes, because sometimes you see some
Fuck away from me.
things.
Yeah.
Oh, he gone. He
It's so
leaving. He's
perfect,
leaving
too.
her. Oh my gosh. Fuck you.
People watching at his best.
Oh.
Yeah. And his commentary is on
Damn.
point.
Damn. Oh. He love her though. He love her. Look. Come back, bro. You gotta come back. Ah, this nigga.
It's the best because you know what's even better? If she kind of might have saw him turn.
Yeah.
If she saw him turn, she knows that he's not fucking with her.
Yeah.
And that's the best.
That's so funny. But it's just like a perfect ending to
I
that.
got another question. Maverick, what is one of your favorite breakups? When
Okay.
you were the leaver?
Where I was
Or
leaving-
whatever the best one.
Okay.
Best story.
All right,
You got
my
left
best
for-
story is I broke up with my high school girlfriend. I was 2 grades ahead of her. I was 17, and I was a senior, and she was a sophomore.
Mm-hmm.
And I broke up with her 2 days before her sweet 16 birthday party. That was like
The big deal.
a huge deal. Like
Yeah.
her mom went all out on this party and like big fancy dinner, and I wrecked that. But that's like I ruined her sweet 16,
I've done-
and she's talking about that like all the time, and she's so excited about it, and I ruined that. And then there's also the infamous voicemail of "You fucking know better." That one's pretty good too.
I've had two. I've had one sweet 16. I was in high school. We were the same grade, and she was fucking somebody else I knew about. She's fucking my cousin's friend's brother. Like it was a small circle of people we all knew of each other. She was sleeping with him, and we weren't all fucking. Everybody wasn't having sex. So it was like that's not even okay at all. She was sleeping with him. I knew about it. I gave her.
Yeah, that's funny because you think about that stuff as a teenager. It means so much more. Like, you're like fucking now. You're like, fucking.
Now, I'm off record. We'll talk about that, but now I don't give a fuck about that shit. But
I mean, you still do it, but it's not as like.
It don't sting at all.
Yeah, it doesn't. It's
like
not. It's not like it was when you were a teenager.
Because you don't understand. You're just happy to like one person is all you know for real.
Right. It's all you know, and it's also like that's you legit think that this is the love of your life. I love so much. I loved harder when I was
younger.
think
she was the love of my life. She just was fun. She wasn't really. She was okay looking to me.
See, I was the friend zone guy that finally got a girlfriend, and when I finally got a girlfriend, I was like so into it, and then But then I also got to the phase where I was like, but now the girls are talking to me. I'm like, oh, I could go out with more than one girl. And so then, you
discovered that. That's not good. You discovered that shit on the fly. That's an in-game decision you came up with.
Right. But then I broke up with her, and then the girls went away. And then I was single again for a while.
I got her a birthday card, and on the birthday card, I wrote, "It's over. I don't want to see you again. John." Put it on my door. She came pick the card up. Got the card. I saw her. I'm looking at her through my window upstairs. She got the card, opened the card, then read it. Started banging my door, pushing my doorbell, left, called my house a couple times. I'm like, what? Like, what's this about? I said, you read the card? And it was her birthday.
Dude.
Then another one.
How old was she?
She was turning 16.
So we are the 16
assassins. Sweet 16 assassins.
Yeah.
Then my parents got married when I was 24, right? My parents was around each other, but my dad was wild. And I don't know what happened. They didn't get it together until they got together when I was older.
Yeah.
They got married finally, 24. The girl I'm dating, we go to Vegas with my parents. In Vegas, I don't want to date her anymore because she's annoying me. Like, she's starting to annoy my soul. But I'm like, yo, if this girl make it, if this girl makes it through Vegas, we cool. If she don't annoy me in Vegas.
Right.
First day in Vegas, she talking about she's sleepy.
In Vegas.
We got there at 4. Mm-hmm. We left at like 9. We got there at like 4 p.m. daytime.
Red Bull, cocaine, do something.
Man, I'm like.
Perk up. And you're what, 24?
I'm 24.
And how old is she?
She's 24.
She's 24, yeah.
We're the same age.
I don't think I was sleepy when I was 24.
Man, I wasn't. She's talking about, I just want to get a little bit of rest. I'm like, and I paid for everything.
Yeah.
I had a little bit of money. It was like, I was throwing parties. So it was like, it wasn't a lot, but it was like for that trip, it was
you
first.
Were good, yeah.
I paid for a flight. It was my first time paying for a girl's flight.
Yeah.
And the room, it was $800 because of the package. But it's like that's for
that's a lot of money. Yeah.
4 days.
And when you're 24, that's a fuck ton of money.
Oh man, so I'm pissed. The first night, so I'm like, fuck it. My uncle take me down to go gamble, and I had $40 cash on me, and I made it to $1,300.
Nice.
Off of playing craps. He used to be a dealer and he played craps.
Yeah, so he knew how to do it.
Oh, he just told me how to do it for $1,300 later. So I don't even tell her. I don't even tell her. The next day we go to breakfast. Then we play poker. I go play poker. And say if she annoys me during playing poker, I'm kind of fucked up because I keep putting these little checkpoints that she don't even know about. That if she ruins this one, it's over.
That's over. Yeah.
So if she let me play poker for a couple hours, I'd be cool. I played poker for like an hour, and I was like down $30. It was all like free money.
Yeah.
So I left. She's like, "How you do?" I said, "I got like $400." She's like, "Really?" I said, "Here's $200. Do what you want with it." And I'm like, fine, I think that's kind of like tricking, but I'm like, whatever. Not tricking, but I'm trying to like, here's some money.
It's $200 that she didn't.
Oh, she had no idea. So she goes and does whatever she does for the day. We hook up a couple of times throughout the time, but we're 24. You're supposed to fuck. So it wasn't like, I was not, we've been together for a year already. So over a year at this point. So it wasn't a big deal. Either way, fast forward into the trip. We going back. I didn't have my, no service on the plane. Mm-hmm. I had a laptop. I had a Sony Vaio. The fucking tickets on the way back. It's me, my dad in the middle, and she's on the window seat. So I'm putting my notepad up on my laptop, and I type to her, like passing notes. And my dad's reading this shit in between us. And I get to the part where I'm like, yeah, I don't want to do this anymore. He's like, you want me to change seats? I said, fuck that, she cool. And he just like, all right. He kept his eyes up. He didn't flinch either. And at the end of it, he said the coldest shit. He said, nice knowing you. When I called her a cab because it's for Uber.
Yeah.
So I called her a cab to get home. I didn't want to even deal with her. And he like, nice knowing you. And she said, nice. She was polite about it. She's like, okay, because she had a good time.
Right.
I just didn't have a good time with her.
Right.
And I'm like, if you can ruin Vegas for me,
as you
we're
know,
gonna be together. Yeah. I go to Vegas by myself now. Like I go during the week.
Just pop out.
We'll talk about it off record. I'm sorry. But yeah, I have fun in Vegas still. It's easy. It's cheap.
All right. Well, thank you for stopping by, John. Hit up John on social media on Instagram.
Make him laugh TV.
Bruton.
MakeHimLaughTV.com is everything.
Yeah,
that's all I got.
Check that out. And then John Bruton, John B. Bruton on
Twitter.
Twitter.
Yeah, that's my full name, John V. Bruton on Twitter. Because my middle name is
Instagram. Just John Bruton.
John Bruton.
All right. Thanks.
Thank you.
Yep, that's John. And now the best part, maybe this is what you came here for. I do interviews with the Instagram hotties each week. There's the Alan Cox Show Instagram hotties. They're on AlanCoxShow.com. You can check them out every Monday when this podcast drops. You can also check out all the Instagram hotties. And they changed things on the website a few months ago where we have to have permission from people to use their pictures. So I use that as a way to start reaching out to different listeners and stuff like that and asking if they want to be the Instagram hottie. So we've been using Alan Cox Show listeners to be the Instagram hotties. And I think that's gone pretty well. It's been well received. And then as I've done this, I've interacted with these girls, and a lot of them have really cool stories. A lot of them are just very interesting. The way that they've gotten into, whether they're doing modeling or fitness or whatever it is, it's pretty interesting. So this week we're talking to Tifnelynn, and she is a model on Instagram, and she does other modeling as well. And she's got over 100,000 followers on Instagram. She's pretty legit. So check out my interview right now with this week's Alan Cox Show Instagram hottie. And this is Tifnelynn. Hey, this is Tifnelynn, right?
Yes, Tifnelynn.
Tifnelynn, thank you so much for being an Instagram hottie for us. It's very exciting to have you here. And also, it's cool to have someone that has, I would say, you have reached Instagram model status because you have over 100,000 followers, which is pretty impressive.
It's very impressive.
I'm very thankful. Yes.
How long did it take you to get that many followers on Instagram?
It's actually taken me a long time. I feel like I got on the Instagram wagon a long time ago.
Mm-hmm.
But I kind of feel like it took me a little bit longer than maybe most people. I don't always use that for like all my networking and modeling. So I use other platforms to kind of get my work.
Mm-hmm.
But I love Instagram. It's a great way to network with other people.
Yeah, and you built up a following, and it seems like a pretty loyal following because you have you do Q&As, and you're pretty open about what it takes to do what you're doing, to do the modeling and do the photo shoots, and you're open about that part of it, where there's a lot of people that they're just talking about, they're doing the typical Instagram thing where they're like, oh, every day's a blessing. Thanks. What's your favorite kind of pizza? Comment below. But you kind of take people behind the scenes and talk about the modeling side of what you do, because you aren't just on Instagram. You do a lot of photo shoots for cars and for different agencies. And it's pretty, I appreciate that look behind the curtain.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I just try to be real and, as real as I can be. I do keep a lot of my personal stuff out of, what I do for a living. So, but I think it's, at the end of the day, that's the best way to be. If you want it bad enough, you'll work for it.
Yeah. Well, and
there's so many different types of modeling too. So.
Yeah. And when people use their personal life and their personal drama to draw people into Instagram, it creates a pretty, like, there's no separation between your life and your work. And that can be really, like, it's engaging to a lot of people, but it can be very toxic too. Mm-hmm. And so, like, with me on the radio and stuff like that, there's definitely stuff that I put out there, and there's a lot of stuff that I hold back because I want there to be that separation.
Yeah. I think that's the way to do it. That way you can kind of shut off social media and not have to be asked a bunch of questions, and you can kind of have your alone time. If you have families, it's great to have that separation. Know when to turn the camera on and off.
Yeah, exactly. What's your favorite shoot that you've ever done?
Oh gosh, I was wondering what type of questions I was going to.
Okay, well, it doesn't have to be, it can be like one recent memory, whatever, like, or what, just a memorable one that you're like, man, I love doing this. This was just so much fun.
Or the
would you say? I'm sorry.
We'll get to the weirdest next.
Okay. I would have to say I do appreciate, modeling with the cars, like different
Mhm.
types of cars. I grew up with a bunch of dudes and guys, and I have two brothers, and I was really close to my stepdad.
Mhm.
So they're all into cars, and just kind of like putting my tomboyish side into the mix was kind of cool.
Yeah,
So I
that's
would say like anytime I can do that, I'm just like all for it.
what's the fanciest car or the coolest car or like maybe a certain car
most
that like was
expensive?
yeah some
Oh
a
God.
car that stands out that you remember getting the model with and you're like this is awesome that I get
Mhm.
to even stand next to this car.
I would have to say the ones I've posted recently on my Instagram with the Chevy Sonoma, it's
Mhm.
on there. He put so much time and so much money into that truck. It's like a low ride truck,
Yeah.
and it it was like, are you sure you want me to touch this thing? And
Aw.
so I just when you do get into doing that type of modeling, not to wear like a bunch of rings and earrings and necklaces because you don't want to scratch the car.
That's such like an important like a little detail that you would never even think about but there's probably
Yeah.
like people that show up with all that stuff and they're like hey you got to take that stuff off because it cost $25,000 for this door panel to get painted and I'm not having you mess it up because you want to wear your ring.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. So just knowing like little things like that, you just I think as you start modeling, you pick up new things, and as you do different types of modeling, you learn a bunch of different stuff too. So I'm constantly learning things after almost 10 years now. So
Yeah.
That's awesome.
So that's you like the car shoots. You worked with a bunch of photographers and you mentioned the networking.
yeah.
How do you kind of establish or how do you establish I'll say establish a relationship with the people, the photographers, because obviously there's probably tons of guys working out like, hey, I'd love to shoot you, but they have no rep at all. And you want to find someone that's actually a photographer, not just trying to, get you to hold onto your boobs for them.
You have to have that conversation, that dialogue beforehand. I think that's so important, and a lot of new models, coming into this mix just have no idea.
Hmm.
Being in the industry for a long time, I kind of know what questions to ask and what kind of will pop up as a red flag.
Right.
Mhm.
But I mean, you see the work of a lot of
What's
different
a
types.
what's a red flag question for someone that might be trying to get into this? What's a red flag question or a red flag
Um,
answer that they give?
Automatically wanting my phone number.
Yeah.
That would be one.
Yeah, we
Um,
did this whole interview without me having to get your phone number. In this modern day, you don't need someone's phone number to contact them. There's email, there's
exactly.
direct
I would
messages.
say that's number one. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So trying to get the phone number right off the bat
Hmm.
is a red flag. Gotcha.
Yeah.
All right. So
Um,
what's more of a weird photo shoot that maybe was, I don't want to get like, I don't want to make you uncomfortable or anything like that, but something that was like, you're like, this is a weird one, but it like pays really well or like kind of like it's just like a weird day.
well, there is like a bunch of different types of modeling, and I dip my feet into some of the fetish type of things, and
Literally
it's
your
some of
feet.
yeah, the feet fetish, which wasn't so much predominantly on that, but I've done like wearing a cast was the weirdest thing,
Wearing
and
A cast.
I
On
had
what part of your body?
my leg,
Just
yeah,
one leg?
I've
one
never
leg
heard of
hopping
that.
around. I was really proud of myself. I was really good at walking on the stilt. So,
Huh.
but
The crutches, was it
oh,
stilts or crutches?
it was like stilts on me, so that's why I
Okay.
call it.
That's fun. I never
How
even
tall
heard
are
of the
you?
cast thing.
I'm 5'2".
Oh, okay. We're like
Yeah.
I'm 5'4".
Okay.
We're small.
That's the casting is that's hilarious. But that just goes to show you like how many weird fetishes there are out there. Like I'm not the most
Yeah.
normal guy, but I haven't got down to the cast part yet. So that's an interesting one. I'll have to
No.
find more out about that. I'm not into it. I want to know more about it because I always am fascinated by what is a turn on and for someone to be like, yeah, you got that cast, you're gimping around.
Injured. You're
Yeah,
injured.
yeah.
Oh, that's weird.
Definitely different. Yeah, I just did it once. So it was just an experience. Always take somebody with you when you're going to new different types of
That's a
shoots
good
and
tip.
stuff. So,
The buddy system.
always. Yeah, always. But yeah, I mean, I had denim shorts on, a top, and I just walked around on those things or tried to. So
And
it was.
that's what they wanted. And they're
Yep.
probably thrilled about. Uh so
Okay.
so you've done the casting, you've done some with cars and all sorts of different modeling. what's it like having, there's a lot of sex appeal that goes into what you do. So it's going to attract a certain kind of guy. How do you deal with that kind of attention? Because I'm sure a lot of it's positive. I'm sure a lot of it's well-intentioned, but there's also guys that are just creeps and a-holes and jerks, and they're trying to get under your skin. How do you deal with that kind of bullying that comes along with that?
I think I was just really, I was prepped with my brothers,
Yeah.
you can say anything to me. But it can be really challenging sometimes. And I just, I'm really good with just ignoring that.
That's
Um,
great. I think that's
I
the
mean,
best thing too.
you just kind of have to just, have tolerance for two. People are
Yeah.
always going to have an opinion. But I've always kind of been that way. Growing up, I just did my own thing and didn't care
Yeah.
what people think or,
Well,
I mean,
I
you
think
want people to like you to an extent, but you
right,
have
but
to
not
do
at
what
the
you
cost of
want.
your own sanity.
Yeah.
And that thick skin and not replying and not feeding into it, I think is a lot stronger, because there's a lot of people that like they love the clap back and they love like oh yeah, they always go after their haters. I'm like, yeah, but then that feeds the trolls, and then they just keep doing that, and you just like breed a fan base that is or just a followership that's constantly coming at you, and when it's
Right.
I think much more powerful to just say like, I don't even hear you or pay attention to you or give you the time of day. So
Yeah.
so that's cool. I like that you kind of have that mindset about the whole thing.
Yeah. I've always kind of just been that type of person. So if you are, getting into modeling and you kind of really, depend on what other people think of you or whatnot, or you might get, I don't know, uncomfortable. It may not be the type of, or just go in a different route. I would say that go with a modeling agency or something like that. So
Yeah. Well, thank you so much for sitting down and talking with us for today and being an
thank you for
Instagram
having me.
hottie. You can find Tifnelynn on Instagram at Tifnelynn, and she's a great follow. She's beautiful and she's a lot of fun. So check her out there. And thank you so much for your time today.
Well, thank you. It
Yeah,
was nice
thank you so much for having me. Nice to meet you too, Sam. Thank you so much.
All right. We're getting there, guys. We're getting there. Thanks, Tiffany Lynn. I appreciate you. And make sure you follow her on Instagram. And then you also get one of the best parts of this show is you're getting so many different parts of me. Right now, I'm going to show you a little segment I did. It's short, but it's me and my girlfriend. And I show her some stuff. And I talk about when I was little and how I was friend zoned a lot. And it's a lot of fun. We're also pretty sweaty during this because it was hot. It was one of those 90-degree days. So check out my girlfriend and her getting mad at me because I show her a spider. And this is Sam.
Hello, everyone.
Who is my girlfriend.
For now.
For now. Ouch. Ouch. So painful. She's a dick.
Yeah.
No, you're sweet. You're really nice.
Don't tell anyone.
No. I already told them. They already know.
No.
So we're recording this on Memorial Day and having a little drinky poo, and we have a guest coming on in a few minutes. We're going to talk with Kaylee, who is this week's Instagram hottie. She's the Alan Cox Show Instagram hottie, and she's also pretty well known on the Alan Cox Show. She calls regularly as the horticulturist who talks to us about plants, and she also did the Whatever It Takes song that was when the Cavs were a good team and they were in the playoffs every year. She sang the Whatever It Takes, the Kit Kat song that was to Whatever It Takes. The words Whatever It Takes.
That's fun.
Yeah. It's very fun. You want to look at some spiders?
No, I don't, but sure. I'm
right.
already terrified.
Why?
Because they're gross and creepy and, no.
But you don't like spiders.
I hate spiders.
Why do people, what do you think that is that people don't like spiders so much?
I don't know. They have a lot of legs.
Oh, so other things have like dogs have 4 legs.
Okay, more than 6 legs, I don't like it.
All right, that seems kind of just so 6 is the why, but why 6?
I don't know. 6 is I don't know. I just don't know.
It's just the legs that freaks you out?
No, it's the whole situation.
So fun though.
Fun for what?
They're just neat looking.
Okay, yes, they are neat looking. But
Yeah.
Have you ever had a spider build a spider web attached to your pillow?
Well, no. My pillows get moved around a lot.
Okay, well.
How did you manage to happen?
It happened.
And how did that happen?
Tell
me the story.
There's this
How old?
An adult.
You were an adult.
I was an adult. The spider, he was living in the corner of my room, and he had his little web up there, and it's fine. He's a little spider.
Yeah.
And, like, if I can see you, and I know you're there, and you're not bothering me, fine, I won't kill you or try to suck you up with the vacuum. But this guy, one day I came home from work, and it was late, and I see something, like, shiny attached from my pillow to the ceiling, and it's this motherfucker's spider web. Not cool, bro. So then I killed him.
Did I have the spider guy saved?
Oh, God.
Oh, there he is.
Oh.
All right. Here we go. Hold on. Let me get it up on the... Gotta do the picture in picture.
I'm sweating already.
It's hot in here. That's why. All right. Give me picture in picture. There you go. And there's this guy. This is a nice little... This is mostly for the podcast. You can't really see this if you're listening. Or this is for the video version. So
oh, my God! What?
Dancing.
Oh, no, there's a fun spider dance one, and this is not it.
I think this is a very fun one. This is a spider shedding its exoskeleton. And
it's fucking spider skin.
Spider skin comes right off.
Ugh.
There it goes. Just getting it off. Who doesn't like it when you get your pants off at the end of the day? That's the meme.
That's 4 pairs of pants.
Oh, I like that a lot. So that's pretty exciting.
God.
I got a bunch of other stuff that I'm going to show you later in the episode. But
just make it stop.
Oh yeah,
I'm done. I watched it like 3 times.
Okay.
No, thank you.
Thank you for watching that. I thought that was good.
I thought it was going to be worse than that. So
yeah.
It's not.
Oh, you don't want to
the
look at
worst
us
ever.
And that was just a neat one. I thought that was very cool. So one of the things I want to do on this show is kind of talk about who I am and who I was and how I came to be who I am today.
The King of Plop?
The King of Plop. And some of my stories from my past. And today I kind of want to talk about what I was like as a kid when it came to romance. Situations like that. Because I was such a nerdy, like, late bloomer kid.
Mm-hmm.
But there's a dog being tortured. I was a nerdy late bloomer kid, and I liked girls a lot. Like, I was always wanted a girlfriend from like the time I was little. I never had that phase where like, ooh, girls are gross. I always liked girls, and so like this goes back to like kindergarten. I remember my one friend had a sister that was about my age, and they were staying over at her house during the day, and me and her like did whatever the version of making out that we knew at the time. We were like kindergarten or even younger, maybe. We went to a closet and we like just started kissing each other, but like not like making out, but just like little smooches. And then
that's cute.
She took her clothes off and I took my clothes off, and then we just stood there. We're like, what do we do now?
That's it.
Yeah, I think we did it. We had sex.
Wow, in kindergarten.
Yeah.
Starting early.
So, but then as like I got into middle school and stuff like that, I was much more like I was in the friend zone all the time.
That's what you get for being a nice guy.
Well, it wasn't because I was nice; it's because I was little, and I looked like everybody's little brother. Like I remember going out with a girl, and
I don't want to date my little brother.
Yeah, like I was probably 14 or 15 at the time, and whatever time the Titanic movie came out. I think it was 14, and I was out with a girl. Maybe he's 15, whatever. It doesn't matter. I look like a little boy, and I was out with this girl, and everybody thought that she was taking her little brother to see Titanic.
That's
like more than one person said to us, "Oh, that's nice. You're taking your brother to see a movie."
Cute.
And I'm like, I'm actually older than her.
I'm just little.
Just a small man, and so
small boy.
Luckily,
you were a boy.
Yeah, I was a boy.
Not
yeah,
a man.
I was not a man. I was not a man. So that's me. That's who I was.
Who are you now?
I don't know. That's what I'm going to use this podcast to figure out. But I know that I was, that's why I developed a sense of humor too. So I was always that kid that was just overlooked or just completely.
That sounds so sad.
It was a little bit sad. Yeah.
Oh.
It was a little bit sad. That's how you get comedians. No comedians like, well, I had this great life growing up. So between the religion and the short and the late bloomer stuff, because also it's not like I was just short. I was also not going through puberty. till like I was 16 years old. So I looked like a small child amongst adults. So like people that look like adults. Like I don't know why. Like now kids don't look the way they do, but when I was a kid, I swear that every fucking kid that I went to school with had a beard in like the 7th grade. And maybe I was just hyper aware of it, but
Because you didn't have
because
that.
I didn't have anything. I couldn't grow a beard till I was like 25.
Dang, you were married at that point.
Yeah. Yeah. And then I went into this hyper overdrive of like trying to catch up with everybody. So I got married young and married into like a whole family situation that I wasn't prepared for. And so now I feel like I've got all these different experiences where like I'm as experienced as people 10 years older than me and still have like the mindset of someone that's, 15.
I don't think that's going to change.
No, that doesn't go away. Actually, I have a bone to pick with Mary about something that she tweeted out, and I'll probably talk about it on the radio show. But she tweeted out that I don't know who needs to hear this, but you're too old to skateboard, which I think is a shit thing to say.
That's rude. How old is Tony Hawk? That's me.
He's old, but also if someone wants to skateboard, it's their bones that they're going to break. What do you care?
Yeah, she's roasting her body in the sun.
Yeah, she's roasting the body in the sun. She's doing backflips all the time. You're too old to be a gymnastics star, Mary. So why not take it easy on these old nerds that are trying to skateboard?
Aw, poor old nerds.
Yeah, that's cool. I'm jealous of it. I wish I could skateboard.
Give them a chance, Mary.
I tried skateboarding, and I was terrible at it. I just never had the eye-foot coordination, whatever that. Like, I can move my hands pretty well, but my feet
You
are.
move your hands a lot.
Yeah.
I wasn't even talking about that.
Oh, what are you talking about? Like
you really do. You do hand stuff all the time.
hand stuff
You do
all
hand
the
stuff.
time.
Yeah.
Well, I get ready for the gazebos.
I haven't been to a gazebo with you, Bill.
I know.
It's rude.
That is rude. No, you never asked. And that does it, guys. Thank you so much for watching and listening to the Bill Squire Show. Make sure you subscribe. Tell some people about it. And I think we're onto something here. I think it's getting good. I think it's only going to get better. So keep on listening, keep on sharing, and let's keep moving this thing along and seeing what we can build here. I appreciate it. I can't do it without you guys. All right? I can't. So let's keep going. Thank you so much, and I'll see you next week. I need a sign off. What should my sign off be, Whoopsie? I don't know. We'll it's got to happen organically. Oh, this is the King of Plop. Peace.